Hi, it's Mary. Welcome back to the Paper Turtle. Today I am just playing around with some stuff and I thought I would turn the camera on and do a little craft with me. What I'm working on is I was doing some organizing and trying to make some room for more stuff in my room, and I found this box that I had, and it's a rectangular box and a shallow box, and I wasn't really sure what was in there, so I opened it up and there were some cards in there. And I think these are what actually came in the box, but then there were some other things thrown in there, like some current cards with birds on them, and then there were a few of these thank you cards. And if you can see these, they've got embossed flowers on the edges, and they're not real heavy. They're thin. They say thank you on them, and that's all they are. They're very plain. And so I thought, you know what? While I'm emptying this box out, because the box is big and bulky and it won't fit on a shelf, so I thought, let me empty the box out, get rid of the box, not throw it away, of course, just put it in the closet or something for future use. And I'll take out all the envelopes and the cards and put them with my cards and envelopes and just get it out of my way. Well, while I was doing it, I thought, you know what? I have no big project I'm working on right now, so I'm going to play with these and see what I can do with them. And then these are very cool. They're heavier cardstock, and you can see the inside of them is like cardboard color. Craft? Is that craft? Maybe it's craft. But it's like the backside of a cardboard. And the fronts are all embossed. Some are gold, some are plain, and some are silver. And in the inside, it's just like a single piece of paper. But these are going to make the cutest little journals, don't you think? I think that's what I'm going to do with these. I'm going to make little mini journals out of these. There's a whole bunch of them here. So, but that's going to be another project. And then these were in the inserts in the box. So you can see this was the height of the box. And these were inserts in there. I have 3 of them. And they were just to use as a spacer in the box, and all the cards were on top of these. So you really only get a half a box of cards. But I took them out and I straightened them out, and I just like the color of them, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them. I can make tags, maybe some folded things or something. I'm not sure. But that's going to be also another project. So right now I decided to work on these thank you cards and do something with them. I have this book. This is a really cool book. My mother gave me this book. It is Victorian vignettes, and it came with a CD, so it's a little bit older because who uses CDs anymore? But I do have a laptop that I can use this in if I need to. But it's a book full of images, Victorian images, and they are so pretty. And some of them are kind of funny, but some of them are really pretty. And I decided that I'm going to use some of these images on the front of the thank you cards. So I've already picked out a few images, and I've already fussy cut the images. I love this one. I think that one is so pretty. And I'm going to play with these cards and see what I can do with them. So the first one I'm going to work on this one, and I want to antique them up a little bit, but I also want to put a background on them. So I think this one I'm going to try for some music paper, and I have a book here. This is an old Fred Waring songbook, and I like it because the music is a little bit smaller in size than some of the other songbooks that I've seen and used. So I'm just going to tear a page out and figure out how I want to do this, because I don't want to lose the embossing on here. So I'm just going to tear. And I was just pausing for a minute. I don't know, you probably can't hear it, I don't know. But it's storming out right now. It's raining and it's thundering. So I don't have the natural light coming in the window, so I hope that this video is not too dark. I do have my overhead light on, and I have my, I have an OT light right here that shines down on the desk, so hopefully that's enough light. I'm just, I don't know, a little paranoid about there not being enough light, but we'll see. You know, I make these videos and I always say, hey, when I watch them back, if they don't look good, I just won't use it. So I think I need these a little bit smaller. I don't want to cover up the embossing. And I don't have a plan here. I didn't have a plan to begin with when I pulled these things out. I just thought, well, I've got them. Let me do something with them. Just to use them, because, you know, so much of this stuff I get and I put it away and I don't use it. And I don't know why I don't use it. I like that. I wonder if it's too rigid. Too, straight? I don't know. Sometimes when I try to make something look a certain way, it's a complete fail. So I just keep tearing until I get it to what I think I want it to look like. Okay, that's kind of good. But what I need to do, I need to, like I said, I need to antique this up a little bit. So let me grab my ink, which I should have had out. But I clean off my desk. And when I clean off my desk, I put everything away. And maybe I shouldn't have put everything away. I should have kept out the things that I use on a more regular basis. I don't know. When I'm done with a project, I like to completely clear my desk off so that I can start fresh on the next project. So, I don't know. Alright, so let me just start with the edges, because I know that that's something that I always do, is ink my edges. Should I throw some ink over the flowers? I don't know. And if I do, should it be this brown? This is the problem with doing a video when you didn't plan your project, because I'm thinking as I go along, and I'm just trying to come up with it as I go along. Well, I'm going to try it and see what it looks like. If I don't like how it looks, I'll just use this on a different one. It kind of brings out the flowers a bit. I hope this isn't going to look too... Yeah, that's not too bad, I guess. It needs something else, though. Definitely needs something else. And I think that I'm going to put some of this either under Should it be under the music? Under the picture? Under the picture, I think. How much of it? I did something to my arm. I pulled a muscle or a tendon or something, and it hurts. I can't totally straighten my arm out. And I was really afraid it was going to affect my crafting and make me not be able to do things, but I seem to be able to move my arm okay the way that I want to for what I want to do here. You know, I think that this this background, this color, it's the vintage photo. I don't know if I like it. It looks a little bit orangey to me. And I think I'd rather have it more of a brown. I have a different ink color. I have a lot of different ink colors. But I wonder if I put some of this on it, if that would tone down that orange a little bit. I might just totally ruin this card, but I'm gonna try. This is an older ink pad, so it may not actually be doing too much of anything. See, it still, to me, looks real reddish and orangey. But maybe that's okay. Oh shoot, I shouldn't have done that. See, I start doing stuff and then I'm like, oh, I just screwed it up. And then I don't like it anymore. Let's see, does that look any better? Just looks browner. I don't know. I might just have to go with it. Ink up the edges of this. This has got kind of a white background, so I want to get rid of that stark white. And it was hard to fussy cut too close to the edge of the flowers and stuff, so there's a little white showing on the edges, and that's okay too. It's just too much on that background. I don't know. Maybe I need to add like a little bit of green in there or something. What do you think about that? Some green? I don't know. I'm probably going to totally ruin it. This is how I operate, really, is I just keep experimenting and keep trying things. It lightens it up a little bit. I don't know if you can actually see that it's green, but this green that I'm using is an old ink pad, and it's really pretty dried up, but it's the green of my logo and I really like it. I don't know if I can find a similar, I'm sure I can find a similar color if I look. Yes, I think that green helps. I'm going to put, I think, a little bit more on the flowers. I think that just helps to lighten up that brown a little bit. All right, well, we'll see how this works. I have different glues and glue sticks that I use, and I have to be real careful about which one I'm buying. This one is the extra strength craft bond, and it's a permanent bond. Some of them you have to read the packages, because there's school glue and there's just craft glue, and there's also repositionable that I bought by mistake one time that really stinks bad, and I don't like it because it's repositionable, so when you first put it on you can move it around, which is good sometimes, but when you want it to stay where you put it and you're trying to get it to bond, it takes a few more minutes when it's repositionable, because that's not what it's meant to do. After it dries, it stays, but okay, now it's always tricky to me to know how to get this netting to stay on there. I think I'm just going to put a little light film of wet glue across it and see if that will hold it. The picture's going to be on there, and the picture will hold it down too. But a little bit of sunshine out there. Not really sunshine, just a little bit lighter clouds. I think the storm might be passing. I live in Florida, and in the summertime, we get storms every afternoon. They're a daily thing here. It's not a big deal until the big hurricanes come along, and then everybody freaks out, which is silly. But I mean, it's not silly. I don't mean to say that, because I know the areas that get hit bad, and it's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. But what I mean by that is that the news media and everybody just they tend to panic. And it's like, don't panic, just be calm. And, you know, if it's coming your way, prepare the best that you can. And, you know, that's all you can do. It's Mother Nature. You can't control her. You just gotta go with the flow and hope everything works out okay. And if it doesn't, then you deal with it when it happens. It's just my philosophy, I guess. All right, so there's that. It still needs something, so I grabbed these. Well, that's not quite the right color. Neither is that blue, really. But maybe I can just dress them up a little bit. I don't know. It's very bulky, so I don't think I'm going to use that. It's too bulky. I have a bunch of these things, and I don't know what I'm going to use them for. Maybe on the fronts of journals, where the bulkiness doesn't matter as much, but they are quite bulky. All right, so I have this. What else am I going to put on there now? Maybe it needs some kind of texture or something. I don't know what. I have this little jar of snippet stuff, but I could pull out all my laces and trims and see what I have. Sometimes I'm working on something, I don't feel like getting up to get my stuff. Isn't that awful? So I use whatever's in arm's reach. That's so lazy. I could snip a little piece of this and put that on there. I need my glasses for this. That's a pretty little trim. But I just want this. And maybe a button. I don't know if I have anything right here. I have like millions of buttons, and every once in a while I find some that I especially like and want to use, and I put in this little container right here. But I don't see anything in here right now. Wait, what's this one? No, that's not the right color. All right. I put a button right there. All right, let me grab some buttons. I'm gonna pause you for a sec. Oh, look, and you're all turned around and everything. Hold on. Okay, here's one of my many button containers. And let me see if I can find something in here. I want it to be a flat button. Not quite vintage looking enough. Maybe a pearl. That one's pretty, but I think I would take the strings out of it. Oh, they're coming out. Okay. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see. What are these? That's too big. Little, I need little. It's this one here. I like the antique look of that one. See if I can get the string off of it, because it's really bulky. Come on. All right, I can tell I'm not going to get too much done on camera because it's taking me forever to do one. But I mean, yeah, I kind of like that, but I almost kind of want to have a string in it. So let's see if I have a little piece of a string, a yarn of some kind. I have some, but they're not, I don't like how they look. I just want a piece of, here we go, just a regular piece of string. I'll go this way. Okay, now it's not going to work for me on camera, of course. This tool that I'm using right now, this is an old embossing tool, what we call dry embossing, before we had the big shots and embossing machines. We did embossing with plates and little tools like this. So I don't use them for embossing anymore, but I use them for all kinds of other things. I have several different sizes of them. Oh boy, my fingers look really fumbly today, don't they? There we go. All I wanted to do was make a little knot. All right. Goodness. And that's what I wanted to do. All right. I keep the buttons out because I've got a few more of these things I want to do. I kind of like that on there. That looks good. All right, but before I put these bulkier things on there, what I want to do on the inside, I would like to put a some journaling space on there. Now I think I'm going to use this one. I buy these journals and I use the pages. It's not going to be quite a full page. Let me see if I can find one. I need one that goes more to the top of the page. I don't think there is one. I'll just use this one. I think that'll work. This one's a little bit longer. Maybe. This one might be longer. So I get these journal books because they have nice lined paper in them. And I use them on the backs of journaling cards or tags or whatever. Because you get the lines, and then sometimes, like in the case of this one, I'll show you. It has small graphics on it, and this one has like a watermark image on it. So they make great journaling spots wherever you decide to use them. I'm going to go just a tiny bit more closer to those dots there. And I like to tear them. Just gives it a more distressed look. And of course, you know what I do. I ink them. I ink them all. I ink everything. Yeah, I don't think this video is going to make it onto YouTube. I think it's going to be a little bit boring, and I keep putting my boobs in the picture. Oh, I'm sorry. What happens when you're well endowed? Can't help it. They end up everywhere. Hopefully I can get this to fold right. I think what I need to do is fold it before I glue it. I think I want it to be about there. I'm going to fold it. And probably shouldn't use this glue on it, but I really do think that this works pretty well. I don't like using the wet glue on the thinner papers because it wrinkles them. This glue at least doesn't wrinkle. And if you are generous with it, it should stick pretty well. I don't think I've had anything that I've used these on come undone yet. And, you know, 15 years down the road goes by and the glue comes undone. Oh well, glue it back. That's all I have to say about that. If I can get my fold line in the same spot as where I had it, that should work. Yep. And then you just press down each side of it. It should fold nicely. A little stiff, but that's all right. We'll work it out. These cards are really, really thin, and I'm hoping that putting these layers on, it'll thicken it up a bit. I think once the glue is all dry, it'll be good. Okay. Should I do something on the back? I almost feel like I should do something, because if I want to like just tuck it in a book or something instead of gluing it down, you could either glue it into your book like this so that you have a flip up, or you could attach it, you know, with a paper clip, or put it in a tuck spot or something, and in which case I might want to do something on the back. I don't know. I'm going to ink it anyway, so at least it looks like it's, I don't know, a usable space, right? Does that work? And I'll ink insides. Now you could decorate this up as little or as much as you want, of course. Depending on your style and what you're going to use it for and all of that stuff. I guess I'll just leave the back for now. When I go to use this, I can always add some more to the back of it. But the front of it will be done. So I'm just going to attach the trim and the button. Button I attach with this stuff, this adhesive dots. I hope that they're supposed to be permanent, I think. Yes, they say permanent, so hopefully any buttons that I have previously attached with these things are still holding on. I think it's a pretty good adhesive. All right, there's the first one. What do we think? You know, I have been knocking this thing all over the place, and I'm so sorry. It's kind of, it's on a, like a ball attachment up here, and it wiggles. So, all right, there's my card. And the inside. There, that's not too bad. Okay. And I still don't know if I like that background color. I'm going to try something different on the next one. If you want to stick around and watch me do another one, great. If not, well, I'm sorry. This one I think I'm going to do in this direction. And I'm going to do it with pinks instead of the browns. So I have to see if I have a nice antique looking pink. I don't know if I do. I might only have a bright one, in which case I might have to you know, distress it down. See, I have this, but that's very bright. And I have this aged mahogany that might work. This is a lighter color. I don't know if that will work. I'll take this gray out also, in case I need to dull down a pink or something. I don't think I have any pink in here. No. So I have one more place that I have some inks. Let me see if I have anything else in a pinkish color. I don't think I do. I have greens, a coral, that's not going to work. What's this one? I don't think that'll work, but I'll bring it over. Okay. So, I have all of these colors. So, I'm going to just test some of them and see what I like. So, this is Fired Brick. And that's really, really dark. I think I don't want that one. This is Spun Sugar. And that's really cotton candy-ish. I don't know about that one. This one I think is going to be also dark. Yeah, that's darker than the Fired Brick. I don't think I want that one either. And this is the Pickled Raspberry, which I think is very bright. Oh yeah, woo, that's too bright. All right, well, I'm going to start with this, I guess. Or maybe I'll start with this and put some of the pink in with it. What do you go? Light to dark or dark to light? I don't know. I'm not like good with colors and blending and stuff like that. So, all right, so I have, it's kind of a purplish, green, blue. All right, where's my gray? Now you have to use this one. It's not gray, but this is the problem with these daubers, is that I tend to use them like the wrong colors, you know. I'll do this one. I don't know. I think I'm going to turn this video off because I don't think it's going to come out very good. But let's see what we got here. To use this just to tap it off a little bit. Another problem that I have with making videos is that if I'm crafting, I tend to stop talking. And I know that you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to keep talking, keep your audience engaged, but sometimes there's just, I don't know, not that much to talk about. You can see what I'm doing, so I don't really need to, I'm not doing a tutorial, so I don't really need to go step by step with what I'm doing, I don't think. I mean, if you want me to, I suppose I can, but I just don't know if that's necessary. Don't want to bore you with that either. So, I don't know. Just not sure what all to talk about. I kind of like this look. The grays and the pinks, maybe. It's still thundering out there. The rain looks like it's stopped for now. It's gotten a little lighter, less cloudy. Let's see. Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay. Do you think she's a reader, or do you think she's into music? This young lady here. I have this wrapping paper, but I think the pattern is a little too big and too red for her. Yeah, I don't like it with her. So I think she might be a reader. So we're gonna, oh, you know what else I have maybe that might go? I have this Sears catalog thing. There's some good backgrounds in here. Yep, lamps. I think there's some good backgrounds. I don't know. Thought there might be. Beds. No, I don't think so. There's some jewelry or something in here, maybe? Something like this. I don't know. What do you think about that? Let me try it and see. This one's a little bigger on the back. This book, by the way, is the Sears Roebuck catalog repro. This one is 1909. I have a couple others. I have a bigger one that I think is 1920 something, and then I have another one I just picked up that's this size, that's 1900. Probably not too much different from this one. They're good for background pages. Kind of like that. But I'm going to take off the words, I think. And just kind of put this. Maybe I'll leave the words on the bottom because they're smaller. And might just add a little bit to it. Alright, so she's going to go this way. So Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay. And I think I'm just going to put a little bit of the pink. Where did that pink go? On the edges of this. Just to give it a little bit of color. Sometimes when the paper is real thin like this, you have to lay it down to do it instead of holding it up like I usually do. Okay. And then she gets some too. I think I need to find some pink lace to go with her. I think I'm picturing some that I might have in my stash, so I'll have to go look and see if I have. That's cute. I'm going to put some lace down there. Hold on right back. I have to go to my lace stash, which is in another room, and I'll be right back. Okay, I think I have found something that will work. Put it right underneath, like that. I like that. Okay. This is going to be a very, very pink one. Yeah, I like that. I hope this glue will work on there. Again, I always have a hard time. I'm not sure exactly what to use to glue the lace down sometimes. Usually this stuff will work, but it doesn't always. I don't have Fabri-Tac. I just have never bought any because it seems a little expensive. I think this usually works pretty well for me. Now, this paper is very thin, so I am going to use the glue stick and hope that it will stick on top of the lace there. That's my only, I know the paper itself will stick to the paper, but I'm not sure about the sticking to the lace. So we'll see how this works. The gluing part is always a dilemma, isn't it? And I just want to tilt it to the side a little bit. Okay. And my little lady, I love her. I think that she's just so pretty. This, the problem with this, these Sears catalog things, they're very inky. And you can see where the ink came off. So sometimes you just don't want all that ink all over the place. And it rubs off. So, you know, sometimes I think Mod Podge works best for those. All right, now I don't really care for this area here. So I want to come up with something else to put there. I have some flowers. I could put a flower on there if I can find one that will look right. And I can, you know, I'll always put another button. I have my buttons right here. Let me pick out a button. I have some pink ones, but these are too bright, I think. Let's see. That one's too big. Is it too big? I don't know. I almost kind of like it. Let me see what else I have. Maybe I have something similar that's not quite as big. I don't know. I don't have a lot of pink buttons for some reason. I don't know why. That one's bigger. Or I can also do like a little, how about that? That's cute. I like it. I like it. Okay. Should I put some thread on it too, like I did the other one? I think so. I have it right here. I'll do that. Oh, I like these. I like how, you know, you start out with no plan and it just kind of falls in line. It just kind of goes together. So I think that I'm going to probably stop the video because you're probably really bored by now if you're still even listening. And I'm going to finish the other on my own so that you're not bored. And then I'll show you and I'll attach them to the end of this video. So don't go away yet. Just keep watching for a second and I will show you the other cards after I finish them. And you can see what I did with the other ones, because I have 3 more that I'm going to work on. But like I said, you're probably bored, so let me just finish this up real quick. Hold on. I won't even glue it down. I'll just show it to you. I can't get this one through. Okay. I'm not going to do all this on camera. There's the outside of this one. And what I'll do is I'll finish up the other 3 cards and then I will show you all of them when they're done. I think you kind of get the idea from this video of what you can do with these embossed thank you cards that it's wrinkling a little bit, that you pick up at a thrift shop or something and you just stick them in your stash and you forget about them. Well, don't forget about them. Pull them out, play with them and have some fun with them. I just really love this one. I think that this just came out so awesome. I love it. And now I'm anxious to play with the other ones and see what I can do with those. Okay, so hang on and I'll show those to you in just a second. Well, not just a second in real time, but just a second in your video time. Okay? Okay, hold on. No, just stay. Just stay. Okay, so it's a good thing that you didn't sit around and wait for me, because that day that I was working on these, the first part of the video here, the storm got worse and we lost power for about 3 hours. Then we went out to dinner, and then I completely forgot about finishing this video. So this is actually like maybe, I don't know, 2 weeks later. But I did wanted to get on here, show you what I did, and get this video up for you. So this, I don't remember which ones I made on camera, so I'm just going to show you what I did. This is just a journaling card. I glued the card closed, and this is the front of it with some music paper on the back, a little butterfly with some bling and some trim, and then on the back of it some writing space. This one is that's the front of it. I inked the whole card, and you can see where the embossing kind of came through a little bit, and I put some little, layered some netting and some trim and a button, and then the inside I added some, gosh, I don't know what you're seeing, I added some writing space. This one I think is my favorite, and it's a card, and I put some writing space on the inside of it. I thought that that one came out pretty well. This one also I liked. I did some inking on the embossed part, the card part, and I sprayed it. The spraying did not come out good, but it does make it look a bit more aged. I wish that it had come out looking a little bit better than that. I had some trim and some buttons, and I also made a little tiny altered paper clip that I clipped on the edge of it. Somehow I did. And the inside is journaling space also. And then this one I went a little bit different with, and I folded the front corner down to make a pocket. So there's a pocket here. And I just put some trim on the side, and I left the embossing. I didn't do anything with that part of it, and added a couple of buttons. So those are my thank you cards, and I think that they each came out a little bit different. I hope you like them. So get out those cards that you've set aside and wasn't sure what to do with, and play with them. Have some fun with them. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.